For nearly 10 minutes, police have been trying to resolve what they believe is happening behind this door. They've been told a woman is being held hostage inside, and now they've decided they're going in. But just 10 minutes earlier, nobody was even calling this a hostage situation. It began with something much more ordinary, a welfare check. Shortly before 11:30 on the morning of September 11th, 2024, Indianapolis police were sent to an apartment complex on River Road. Someone was worried about a woman who wasn't answering her phone. The request was simple: find her, make sure she's okay. But while officers were still on their way, dispatch received new information. The woman might not be ignoring her phone at all. Police were now being told she was being held against her will inside an apartment. When officers arrived, the caller confirmed what they had just been told. A man was inside with the woman. That man was 63-year-old Grant Brown. Officers approached the apartment and began trying to make contact. They knocked. They spoke through the closed door, and they repeatedly tried to convince Brown to open it.
Okay, well, you need to come out and open the door so I can see you. Once I see that you're okay, then I leave.
Police weren't willing to accept an assurance from somewhere inside that everything was fine. They wanted to physically see the woman, but the door stayed closed. So the officers stayed too. They kept talking. They kept trying to de-escalate the situation, and they kept trying to get the woman out without anyone getting hurt. About 10 minutes passed. She still hadn't come out. Police believed Brown was armed, and eventually, Sergeant Meyer decided that waiting outside that door was becoming more dangerous than going through it. Police were going in, but while officers gathered at the front door, another group had moved into position near the apartment's patio, and from there, they could suddenly see something the officers at the front couldn't. The woman. Her hands were raised, and near her was Grant Brown. He had a gun. The officers at the front began entering. Brown opened fire.
He's got a gun in his hand. He's got a gun in his right hand.
And in that moment, the woman ran. She made it through the patio and reached the officers waiting outside. She was finally out, but the officers who had entered through the front were now inside with an armed man.
Put your hands up! Get your hands out your pocket! Get on the ground! He's got a gun in his hand. He's got a gun in his right hand.
Police say Brown fired multiple shots toward them.
Get on the ground now!
Right there.
Get down!
Come out!
Show your fucking hands right now! Oh shit!
The officers fired back. Then, after a brief pause, Brown fired again.
Do it now! Get back.
By then, the woman was safe outside. Brown was still inside. Police began ordering him to drop the gun, show his hands, and come out.
Lay down right there!
Stay on the ground!
Come to me! Come to me! Come to me! Come to me! Keep coming! Do not fucking move!
Keep your hands
Do
out!
not move!
I got it. Get on your belly.
Get on your fucking stomach now! Yeah, I'll bar it so you...
Eventually, he did. Brown emerged from the apartment and officers moved in to take him into custody. And after everything that had just happened, nobody was dead. Brown had been struck twice by police gunfire. He was taken to the hospital in stable condition. His handgun was recovered only a few feet from where officers detained him. The woman had escaped without being physically injured. No officers were physically injured, and no uninvolved civilians were physically injured. The immediate danger was over. What followed was the criminal case. Brown was ultimately convicted of attempted murder, criminal confinement with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon, and domestic battery. But there was one part of what happened inside that apartment that none of the body cameras captured. Police only learned about it afterward, from the woman herself. She told investigators that while she was trapped inside, she warned Brown that police could end up shooting both of them. According to her account, Brown responded, "No, they're going to shoot me. Then I'm going to shoot you." But what she said happened when officers arrived makes that closed door even more disturbing. She said Brown put a gun to her head and told her, "Tell them you're okay or I'm going to shoot you." So while police stood outside trying to determine whether the woman was safe, she says the man on the other side of that door was threatening to kill her if she didn't convince them that she was. The officers didn't leave. The woman eventually made it out of that apartment alive. Grant Brown survived the shooting. And nearly 2 years later, after the criminal case that kept this footage from being released was finally resolved, Brown was sentenced to 38 years in prison. If you like real cases where the footage only tells part of the story, subscribe to Watchback Club.